Welcome everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am EDUKADO by Sir Arnold Brian Mercado. So this time, we're going to discuss another important topic in Mathematics Grade 9. So this is from Pearson's Addison Wesley. Ayan. So let's talk about solving quadratic equations by the square root property. So ano nga ba ito? Let us solve equations of the form x squared is equal to x, where k is always greater than 0. Then, solve equations in the form of ax plus b squared is equal to k, where k is always greater than 0. Then, use formulas involving squared variables. Usually po, yung nakalagay po dito, hindi naman k, kundi c. Kaya po, huwag tayo masyadong malilito. K or c, parehas lang yan. Now, let's talk about solving quadratic equations by the square root property. We solve quadratic equations by factoring. Since not all quadratic equations can easily be solved by factoring, we must develop other methods. So, ano ba itong mga methods ito? Let us recall that a quadratic equation is an equation that can be written in the form of, ito po yung sinabi natin kanyang general form or standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, wherein real numbers a, b, and c with a is not always equal to 0. We can solve the quadratic equation. Example, x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, ito po ay isang example ng quadratic equation, di ba po? By factoring, using the zero factor property. Ayan. So, ito po, isang example siya ng zero factor property. Let us try to solve 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0 by factoring. Unang step, syempre, i-factor out muna natin yung laman ng equation. So, 2x minus 1, then x minus 1 is equal to 0. Paano po nangyari yan? Simple lang. Di ba po? 2x squared. Ano yung factors niya? Di ba po? So, we need to factor out squared. So, paghiwalay natin yan. So, kunin natin si 2, then si x. So, isa lang to, then yung isa pang x sa kabila. Lagi namang ganun eh. Then another. Positive 1. So, factor out natin ay negative 1 and negative 1. Para nga naman maging negative times negative, magiging positive. Then always equate to 0. Ayan. Now, yung x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So, both factors are equated to 0. Or, simply, syempre, kunin natin yung value ng x. X is equal to 1. Paano po nangyari yan? Syempre po, nilipat natin yung negative 1 sa kabilang side. Kaya, mag-change siya ng kanyang sign. So, magiging positive 1. Or, eto po, x is equal to 1 half. Paano po naging 1 half? Siyempre po, let us divide both sides by 2 para ma-eliminate natin si 2 kasi kailangan matira lang ay si x. Diba po? Kung nilalagyan ko ng 2 yan, at ito'y binaliktad natin, so magiging 2x is equal to 1 divided by 2, tapos divide by 2, cancel, magiging x. Then, nagpalitan na po yung sign niya, hindi na siya negative, magiging positive kasi nilipat niya natin sa kabilang side. So, 1 over 2. So, magiging x is equal to 1 half. So, that's one example of solving quadratic equations using zero factor property. So, yung values ng dalawa ay 1 half and 1. So, yun lang. Ganun lang siya kasi. Now, solve equations of the form x squared is equal to k, where k is always greater than 0. So, paano ba yan? Ito po. We can solve equations such as x squared is equal to 9 by factoring simple steps. Ito po. X squared is equal to 9. So, equate natin sa 0. Paano equate? So, ililipat natin si 9 sa kabilang side. So, maging x squared minus 9. Then is equal to 0. Paano naging minus 9? Ulitin ko. From positive, nilipat at sa kabilang side, magiging negative 9. Kapag na-equate na sa 0, simple lang ang gagawin natin. I-factor natin siya. So, paano i-factor? So, ulitin natin yung sinabi ko kanina. X squared. Anong factor ng x squared? X saka x. So, lagyan natin dito, bracket, x, x. Then, si negative 9. Ano ang kanyang factors na kapag dalawang number, pag minultiply natin sila, magiging negative 9. So, 3 times 3 equals 9. Pero, kailangan yung isa ay negative. So, x minus 3, then x plus 3. Then, bring down 0. So, nakakasunod pa rin naman, no? Basic na basic pa rin. Then, kailangan nating i-equate sa 0 yung bawat factor. So, x, lipat natin sa kabilang side, plus 3 is equal to 0. At ito naman, x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then, kunin natin yung values. Siyempre, ilipat natin ulit sa kabilang side. So, x is equal to negative 3. At ito naman ay x is equal to 3. Therefore, the values are... Now, we might also have solved x squared is equal to 9 by noticing that x must be a number whose square is 9. Kasi minsan, kailangan lang natin tingnan to. Kapag nakuha natin yan, mabilis lang naman. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-undergo ng ganitong proseso. So, x is equal to square root of 9. Anong square root of 9? 3. Or pwede naman din na negative square root of 9 is equal to negative 3. Ito naman is solving equations of the form x squared is equal to k, where k is always greater than 0. Continuation lang to. Ang tawag dito ay square root property. If k is a positive number, and if x squared is equal to k, then ganito lamang siya. Ang magiging equation natin, x is equal to square root of k, or x is equal to negative square root of k. Na kung saan, ang magiging sagot dyan na sa isang set ay square root of negative k, then positive square root of k. Or pwede namang ilagay siya as ganito. This can be read as positive or negative or plus or minus. Note, when we solve an equation, we must find all values of the variable that satisfy the equation. Therefore, we want both the positive and negative square roots of k. Isang example. So, x squared is equal to k. Solve each equation. Write radicals in simplified form. So, meron tayong 4. Z squared is equal to 49. X squared is equal to 12. X squared is equal to negative 169. Then, meron tayong 3x squared minus 8 is equal to 88. Solution sa una. So, simple lang ang ginawa nyo. Square root of z squared is equal to square root of 49. Then, that's automatic. Z is equal to 7. Paano po nangyari yan? Para po matanggal yung squared niya, nilagay natin siya ng square root. So, cancel para matira ay z. Then, kung naglagay ako ng square root dito, maglalagay din ako ng square root sa kabilang side. So, anong square root ng 49? The square root of 49 is 7. So, the answer is z is equal to 7. So, another example. Or, ang magiging set niya ay positive or negative 7. So, ito at ito. So, ito naman, ganun pa rin. X squared is equal to 12. So, simple lang. Lagyan ang bawat sides ng square root of x squared, then square root of 12. So, para matanggal yung square root ng yung square niya, cancel, x na lang. Ito magiging sagot. 2 square root of 3. Sir, paano po naging ganon? Ano ba ang factors ng square root of 12? 12 mo na. Di ba? 4 times 3. So, si 4, perfect square siya. So, ano square root ng 4? 2. Di ba po? Then, si square root of 3, wala siyang factor. So, may iwan lang siyang ganyan. So, 2 square root of 3. Or, ito yung kanyang set. Positive 2 or negative 2 with the square root of 3. Another example. X squared is equal to negative 169. Again, kung anong ginawa ko sa left side at yun yung gagawin sa right side. Nilagay ko ng square root, lagyan din ng square root. Cancel para maging x. Then, square root of negative 169. The answer is none. No set. So, paano po naging no set yan? Kasi po, di ba po, x squared, magiging x na lang. Ano ang factors ng 169? 13, di ba po? Pero kasi, negative siya. Negative. So, ibig sabihin po, wala talaga siyang factors na makukuha. So, let's go with the fourth example. So, 3x squared minus 8 equal to 88. Simple lang. Baliktarin natin yan. So, 3x squared is equal to 96. Paano naging 96? Kasi po, 88, nilipat natin si 8. Negative 8, magiging positive 8. 96 na siya. Then, divide both sides by 3. Cancel. Si x squared na lang na iwan. At 96 divided by 3 is equal to 32. Kailangan matanggal ko yung square. Kaya naglagay ako ng square root sa bawat sides. Ayan. So, magiging sagot natin, cancel na yung square root sa yung squared. X na lang. Then, ano ba ang factors ng 32? Diba? 8 times 4. Diba po? So, 8 times 4 is equal to 32. So, yung factors niya, ang magiging sagot niya ay x is equal to 4 square root of 2. At ang kanyang mga sets ay positive or negative 4 with the square root of 2. Another. Solve equations of the form ax plus b, both sides are squared, is equal to k, where k is always greater than 0. So, paano po yan? In each equation, in example 2, the exponents 2 appeared with a single variable as its base. Ayan. So, lahat sila meron yan kasi nakalagay sila sa isang variable, sa isang base or parenthesis. We can extend the square root property to solve equations in which the base is a binomial. Binomial means dalawang factor sa loob ng isang base or isang parenthesis. Ito po. Example. P minus 4 squared is equal to 3. Simple lang ang gagawin mo. Ito po. P minus 4 is equal to square root of 3 or P minus 4 is equal to negative square root of 3. Ito po yung mga magiging sagot natin dyan. P minus 4 plus 4. Bakit kailangan lagyan ko ng plus 4 yung both sides? Para matanggal mo. Kasi negative 4 plus 4, 0. Then ito rin, kung nilagyan ko siyang plus 4, lalagyan ko dito sa kabila. Ganon din dito. So, P minus 4, nilagyan ko ng positive 4, ganon din sa kabilang side. So, ito ang magiging sagot natin. P is equal to 4 plus square root of 3. So, bakit nagkabaliktad? Inayos lang natin kasi kailangan mauna yung number. Kasi may square root. Ganon din to. P is equal to 4 minus negative 3. Square root of 3. That's why the sets are 4 positive or negative square root of 3. Okay, ayan yung 4. Then, positive or negative square root of 3. Another, 5m plus 1 squared is equal to 7. Solution, ganun pa rin. 5m plus 1 is equal to square root of 7. Or 5m plus 1 is equal to negative square root of 7. So, lagi natin isipin na meron siyang positive at meron siya laging negative. Next step. So, 5m plus 1, para matanggal ko yung positive 1, lagyan ng both sides ng negative 1. Ayan, at ito. At ito naman, ganoon din. Para matanggal yung positive 1, nilagyan ko rin siya ng negative 1 sa both sides. So, ganito ang mangyayari dyan. 5m na lang, kasi natanggal na yung positive 1 saka negative 1, copy natin siya pababa. Negative 1, inaayos lang natin, plus square root of 7 over 5. Ayan. Bakit nilagyan natin ng over 5? Para matira lang ay m. Ganun din sa kabila, 5m, wala na to. Diba? So, negative 1, inaayos lang natin, minus square root of 7, i-divide lang sila sa both sides ng 5 para matira yung m. So, ito yung magiging sagot natin. M, cancel, m na lang. Bring down. Ring down lang siya. Or, cancel, m is equal to bring down na lang din to. So, ano yung mga sets niya? Negative 1, positive or negative square root of 7 over 5. Another example. 7z plus 1 squared is equal to negative 1. Solution, ganun pa rin. 7z plus 1 is equal to square root of negative 1. Then, 7z plus 1 is equal to negative square root of negative 1. Answer, 0. Laging tatandaan na kapag ang square root, yung kanyang number sa loob ay negative, automatic, ang sagot po ay no set. Bakit po? Kasi po wala pong negative na square root numbers. Now, use formulas involving squared variables. Ito yung huli natin gagawin. Example, word problem to. Use the formula W is equal to L squared times G divided by 1,200 to approximate the length of a vase weighing 2.80 pounds and having girth of 11 inches. Solution, substitute lang natin siya. So, ito yung kanyang weight. Ano yung weight niya? Ito po. Ayan, 1,200. 2.80 muna is equal to L squared times 11 over 1,200. Para po matanggal natin yung denominator na 1,200, divide natin yung both sides by 1,200. Ayan. Then, pag sinimplify natin yan, so, cancel na to. Ang matitira na lang po ay 2.80 times 1,200 ang lalabas ay 3,360. Then, bring down natin si L squared times 11. Now po, gusto ko kasi maiwan or matira lang yung L squared dito sa kabilang side. So, cancel natin siya by dividing both sides by 11. So, cancel na lang yan. L squared na lang yan mamaya. Ayun. L squared. So, mag-L squared, 3,360. May squared siya. Lagyan natin both sides by square root. Ayan. So, para matanggal L squared, at para makuha yung 3,360, so 305.5. So, ang magiging sagot natin, binaliktad lang natin, L is equal to, anong square root ng 305.5? 17.48. Therefore, the length of the vase is approximately 17.48 inches. So, that's it. Sana naintindihan natin yung topic for this day. Goodbye everyone!